Hi CPS students, good morning. I am very nice here, expecting you would be so nice at your home. Students, today through this WhatsApp online class, you are going to learn about the sentence, because today I am going to initiate your very first lesson from your grammar book, and that is all about the sentence. Students, at first you should learn the definition of sentence. That means, what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. I am repeating the definition of sentence. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Students, you see, most of the time, some of the words that is written just like the sentence, but it is not giving the complete sense. That group of words can't be considered as a sentence. As an example, I am going to write on the board. Ram, boy, good, a, is. As you are seeing that this is the group of words, some words, but this is not giving the complete meaning, complete sense. That's why we can't say that this is a sentence. But at the same time, if we write the same words into the proper order, like Ram is a good boy, you can say that this is a sentence because this is giving complete sense. So, as I have said, a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. But while we are going to write a sentence, we should remember mostly three things. Students, please give your concentration. As I have said that while we are going to write any type of sentence, we should remember three things. The very first thing is that a sentence always begins with capital letter. A sentence always begins with capital letter. Second, a sentence should be written in proper order. At first subject, then verb, then object. Third, after the completion of sentence, we have need to give punctuation mark on the basis of the sentence. Here, I want to make you aware once again that if you forget to put first letter as capital while you are going to write a sentence, on such condition your sentence will be considered as wrong. As I have written, Ram is a good boy. The same sentence if you will write like this, Ram is a good boy. Although you have followed two rules correctly, that the words has been written in proper order, even you have given the full stop, but you have forgotten to put first letter as capital. So in such case, what will happen? In such case, your sentence will be considered as wrong. So it is crystal clear that a sentence always begins with capital letter. So you should never forget to put first letter as capital. Students, there are three basic rules to write a sentence as I have discussed already. The very first rule, a sentence always begins with capital letter. Second, a sentence should be written in proper order. At first subject, then verb, then object. And third and most important, a sentence, after the completion of a sentence, you should put punctuation mark, either full stop or question mark or exclamation mark. But on the basis of sentence, if your sentence is giving simple sense, that means if your sentence is in the form of assertive or imperative, I will make you aware the kinds of sentence in next class, assertive and imperative sentence and with full stop. But if the sentence is in the form of interrogative, like question, how are you, where are you going, what are you doing these days? So in such type of sentence, you have to put question mark like this. Full stop, you know, a dot. This is the full stop. But if the sentence is in the form of interrogative, you have to put question mark. If there is an exclamatory sentence, you have to put exclamation mark. That means you can say that after the completion of sentence, we have need to put punctuation mark according to the sentence. This was the second tip. But students, now you should understand that how can we recognize that this is the sentence or this is not a sentence. If the sentence is giving complete sense, for example, I am going to write some of the more sentences. I am your English teacher, you know very well. If I will write Pradeep sir is, and I will not write any more words, in such case, what would you think? You are saying that Pradeep sir is. You are not getting the complete sense. Pradeep sir is, but what is Pradeep sir? You are not getting the complete sense. So you can say that these group of words can't be considered as a sentence. But if you will write Pradeep sir is our English teacher. English teacher. Now you are getting the right sense that Pradeep sir is our English teacher. Pradeep sir हमारे English के शिक्षक हैं. So you can say that this is the sentence. So that means if the group of words is giving complete sense, on that condition the sentence will be considered as sentence. But if the words are in the mode of groups, but they are not giving right sense, correct sense, those group of words will not be considered as sentence. So dear students, a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Some of the examples of sentence: Mr. Deepak Misra is our principal, Pradeep sir is our English teacher, we are the students of SNPS, I love my school very much. These are some examples of sentence, and even you can write some of the examples of sentence also, because you are having studied so nicely. But now you should understand the parts of sentence. Students, there are two parts of sentence. At first, subject and predicate. Subject and predicate. Whenever you see the structure of sentence, on the basis of the structure of sentence, a sentence has been divided into two parts. First part, subject, S-U-B-J-E-C-T. S-U-B-J-E-C-T. And second, predicate, P-R-E-D-I-C-A-T-E. On the basis of structure of the sentence, a sentence has been divided into two parts. First, subject, and second, predicate. Students, I have taught you in previous class about the subject. That subject is the doer of the sentence. That means in a sentence, we speak about the person or the things. That is called subject. Suppose Ram is going to Patna. We are talking about whom? We are talking about Ram because Ram is going to Patna. That means Ram is going to Patna. In this sentence, Ram is subject because we are talking about the Ram. SNPS is our school. We are talking about SNPS. So SNPS is the subject. So subject means doer. That's why I have given the definition in previous class. Doer is called subject, and you have to remember the definition also. Doer is called subject. The spelling of doer is D-O-E-R. Doer. Doer is called subject. And predicate. Predicate means except subject, all the words regarding the sentence will be considered as predicate. That means the definition of predicate is, in a sentence, what is said about the subject is called predicate. In a sentence, listen carefully. In a sentence, what is said about the subject is called predicate. For example, we are playing chess. At first, we subject because we are talking about we. हम लोग चेस खेल रहे हैं. हम लोग किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? हम लोग अपने खुद के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. इसीलिए we subject होगा. So we subject, yeah, here S stand for subject, but are playing chess. Predicate. Here P stand for predicate. Students, as you are seeing that I have written a sentence to make you aware. As an example, We are playing chess. We subject, because I have said that dual is called subject. हम लोग चेस खेल रहे हैं, इसमें कौन चेस खेल रहा है? हम लोग खेल रहे हैं. हम लोग किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? हम लोग खुद के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. हम लोग चेस खेल रहे हैं. तो वी सब्जेक्ट हो गया. सब्जेक्ट मीन्स डुअल, जिसके बारे में हम लोग बात करते हैं. We are playing chess. In the sentence we is subject, but we are talking about that we are playing chess. That means what is said about the subject. Subject के बारे में क्या बोला जा रहा है? Subject क्या कर रहा है? Subject chess खेल रहा है. That means हम लोग chess खेल रहे हैं. That means except subject, except we are playing chess. These group of words will be considered as predicate. As I have said in my definition that what is said about the subject is called predicate. Now you can understand and even you can differentiate also between subject and predicate in the sentence. So are playing chess is predicate. Now students, I will ask you, I will give a sentence and you have to find out the subject and predicate. My friend. The example is my friend, my friends are going to Patna. Now you should give the answer. You will give the answer. Just identify the subject at first. What is subject in the sentence? Oh, correct answer. Very nice. You have given the correct answer. My friends is the subject in the sentence. Because we are talking about my friends. किसके दोस्त पटना जा रहे हैं? मेरे दोस्त पटना जा रहे हैं. My friends. So that means my friends is the subject. But what about the predicate? Are going to Patna. Are going to Patna is the predicate. So dear students, as I have said that on the basis of structure of the sentence, a sentence has been divided into two parts and the very first part is subject and the second part is predicate. So now you are responding very well. And I have given the definition also. Dual is called subject and in a sentence what is said about the subject is called predicate. Students, now we will go to the kinds of sentence. Actually, you know that a sentence is a group of words, that means complete sense. But on the basis of sense, a sentence has been divided into 5 kinds. A sentence has been divided into 5 kinds. First, assertive sentence. First, assertive sentence. Assertive sentence is also called declarative sentence. Yes, students, now you are learning the kinds of sentence. Students, now it's turn to know about the kinds of sentence. As I have said that there are 5 kinds of sentence. Recently, I have taught you the parts of sentence on the basis of structure of the sentence. Actually, on the basis of structure of the sentence, a sentence has been divided into 2 parts, subject and predicate. That now you understood very well. But now kinds of sentence. On the basis of sense of the sentence, a sentence has been divided into 5 kinds. And the very first kind is assertive sentence. And assertive sentence is also known as declarative sentence. These are the kinds of sentence. As you are seeing that the very first kind of sentence is assertive. And assertive sentence is also known as declarative sentence. Here there is a question. Which sentence is known as the declarative sentence? Your answer should be assertive sentence. Second, interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence means question. Whenever you ask question, sir, where are you going? How are you? Who are you? Such type of sentence are the example of interrogative sentence. Third, imperative sentence. Fourth, optative sentence. And fifth, exclamatory sentence. Dear students, I will make you aware with the definition of these kinds of sentence in next class. Now I am giving you homework. At first you have to remember the definition of sentence. and even you have to note down it in your notebook. Second, the definition of subject and predicate, and third, name of the kinds of the sentence with their spelling, and you have to send the pic in the group. Thank you very much.